What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We're going to be talking about Shang-Chi today, and we're going to be doing a stat breakdown of him, talk about his T4s, which ones are the best ones to go for, but I kind of want to start us out with just a demonstration of his power, because even at 2-star, 2 yellow star, tier 14, no red stars on him, he deals damage, and his damage stat is already sitting at about 14,000 with a build or without any red stars on him, so he's gonna be dealing some good damage. We're gonna show that right now. About 80,000 on non-crits, 102,000 on regular crits, so even 111,000 there on Daredevil. He's nasty with the damage, and this was something I was kind of surprised by. And the way that Shang-Chi works with Heroes for Hire is that he has a lot of critical hit synergies. A lot of deflect on Heroes for Hire gives him boosted crit chance. He has very high crit chance naturally, gives himself a lot of deflect, but also gives charge to both Misty and Colleen, which in return is going to give some pretty significant buffs to those two characters as well. So we're just gonna show all of that in his stat breakdown. But yeah, he's a nasty damage dealer, and that is to be expected with him. And what the big deal with him is that his ultimate is going to be dealing bonus damage based on the number of buffs that are on the enemy target, and he's going to use that first turn. He has the highest speed of any Heroes for Hire character, and then his special will also give him bonus turn meter for using it, especially on war defense. He has like 75% bonus turn meter with that special on defense, on war defense. So he's a nasty little guy with all these buffs added in. And yeah, the bonus crit chance on allies with deflect, each time they have deflect, they get 35% crit chance, or just base 35% crit. They don't get it stacking, but each Heroes for Hire character with deflect gains 35% bonus crit chance and 20% block amount too. So he deals damage. So let's just talk about his kit here. So his passive, you can see I've got all the T4s on him already. This passive, when this character or any ally crits, gain +1 deflect up to a max of 5, and if he has deflect, he gains 35% crit chance and 20% block amount. That's without war defense bonuses. Everything else, though, is war defense. On war defense, if any Heroes for Hire ally has deflect, that character gains 35% bonus crit chance and 20% bonus block amount as well. This is going to work well with Colleen, because every time she assists on war defense, or every time she assists in general, she gains a stack of deflect. So she's always assisting on war defense. That's just how she works. She's going to always have that bonus crit chance and that bonus block amount. On spawn, if this character has 3 or more Heroes for Hire allies and health is full and not charged, gain 2. And then if he has 4 or more Heroes for Hire allies and his health is full and not charged, also apply +1 charge to both Misty and Colleen. And then the constant reviving, clearing negative effects, gaining offense up, deflect and death proof. If charged, always revive on death. And he gains 10% bonus damage, 10% damage reduction, and 175% resistance per charge. So another 20% damage, another 20% damage reduction, and 350% resistance for him at the start of the fight. Yeah, I mean, he gets a lot of damage reduction in this, just because of the block amount, the constantly gaining deflect with crits. He's a pretty powerful guy there with his passive. His ultimate, this is definitely one you're gonna want for him. This ultimate T4, it attacks all enemies 450% damage, and it's the additional 75% per positive effect on the primary target, and reduce the speed bar of all enemies by 10%. Apply speed up to all Heroes for Hire allies for 2 turns. Cannot be countered, blocked, or dodged. And on war defense, reduce the speed bar of all enemies by 20% instead, and 100% damage instead of 75% per positive effect on the primary target. There was some discussion, maybe this was 175% bonus damage per positive effect. That is, it's not real clear here. And this is something that even on MSF.gg is not really clear. I mean, they think that it's 175%, maybe it's 100%. We're not really sure. We'll have to do testing with this in war defense to find out. But I read it as 100% and 75%, but I can also see why people would think it's 175% per positive effect. Either way, he's going to be dealing a lot of damage with this, especially as you gear him up and get those red stars on him. If it's 175% per positive effect, the rip everybody. Because, I mean, you can already see he's dealing damage at 2 stars, like 111,000 crit on that with his ultimate at 70,000 power. So you get some red stars on him, it's going to get even worse. The special attacks primary and adjacent targets for 380% damage, clears all negative effects himself and all heroes for higher allies, clear 1 negative effect from all other allies, gains +2 counter up to a maximum of 5, and fills the speed bar by 50%. Then on war defense, it attacks the most injured non-summoned enemy and adjacent targets instead, ignoring taunt and stealth, and fills his speed bar by 75%. Then his basic, this is attacking the primary target with 300% damage and apply slow, 50% bonus crit chance if the primary target has any positive effects. This will also work with Striker. On Striker, he's able to apply slow, and he does get that bonus crit chance on the bonus attack. But I think with the crit chance this guy is running and the deflect and everything else, I think Raider for him is the most obvious option. You could also go for Striker on him, but the problem with Heroes for Hire is that there's not many options for vulnerable already. We have like Skirmisher on Misty, but I mean Striker on Colleen makes the most sense because she gains so much damage with her passive. So you do want to kind of go for Striker on Colleen. Now you could go for Raider on Colleen. Now the problem is that all those crits on her assist are not going to apply vulnerable, and you still kind of need someone to take advantage of that Striker or the vulnerable on the Striker. So one thing I was thinking is that possibly changing Misty over to Striker, because she's able to apply defense down on her bonus ISO attack. She will not apply offense up on the ISO bonus attack, but she will apply defense down on Striker. If that's something you really want to go for, you're going to get a lot of crits between Colleen and Shang-Chi. So, I mean, you could go Raider on both of those and then just put Striker on Misty. That could be an option here. Healer on Luke and Iron Fist just makes the most sense. I wouldn't really change away from those two. You really need that healer for the passive on Iron Fist. And healer on Luke Cage is great because he gains just all this healing with his max health. His max health pool actually got buffed with this with the introduction of Shang-Chi. He now actually gains, I think, something like, let me see it here. Yeah, 25% bonus max health per defender in Heroes for Hire ally. That used to be 10%. They changed it to 25%. So now he doubles his health pool. And he's constantly taunting whenever Heroes for Hire ally drops below 60% health on war defense. So he's an absolute brick wall now with this, and you now have 2 cleanses on your team. You have a cleanse on Shang-Chi, and you have a cleanse on Iron Fist. So there's now 2 characters that can be constantly removing negative effects. So if you do get Disrupt on Luke Cage, well, first turn, or actually you're gonna get ultimate on Iron Fist and Shang-Chi that first turn. And then you're going to get a heal and a cleanse both from Shang-Chi and Iron Fist on their second turns. And remember, due to Misty Knight's passive, they are gaining a big speed bar boost at the start of the fight. 20% for herself and all Heroes for Hire allies. And they automatically gain enough ability energy to pop off everything at the start of the fight. So, yeah, Shang-Chi is going to fill out this team very nicely. The damage on him is looking pretty nuts at T4. I mean, all T4s on him, you can't really go wrong with those. But, I mean, I do want to talk about this stat table because this is where things get nuts. Look at who's number 6 on the damage table. And this is going to be interesting because most of these characters up here, they have something in their passives that boost their damage. The only one who doesn't is Deathpool. Soldier, Corvus Glaive, and Human Torch all have something in their passives that boost their damage. Like, for instance, you go down here, 30% boosted damage here for Human Torch, and that is calculated into their passives now. They've changed that. That's why Phyla-Vell is so high at 49,000, because she gains 30% bonus damage for herself and all Infinity Watch allies. They've now calculated that in to her passive. So that's why she's sitting here at 49,000. Mercenary Soldier, Corvus Glaive, Human Torch all have something in their passives that increase their damage. I think Black Bolt may as well. I can't remember. No, it's just resistance and max health for him. So he doesn't have damage baked into his passive, but yeah, when you've got Shang-Chi sitting here at number 6 without boosted passive damage, that's pretty big. But also, you have to consider that on war defense, he gains 2 stacks of charge, which boosts his damage by 20%. which is going to elevate him all the way up here to just under Phyla-Vell on the damage stat. So he's going to be at number 2 in terms of damage on offense or on war defense when you're calculating in those charge stacks. But also, if you remember, his passive does give bonus stacks of charge to Misty Knight and Colleen, which means that now they both get 30% damage reduction, and whatever 350 plus 175% resistance is. It's a lot. Basically, they both get 500 plus resistance, as 500% plus resistance on both of them now because of that bonus stack of charge. So that also means that they now have to be killed an additional time on defense before they can finally go away. So Misty and Colleen both got significant buffs with that bonus stack of charge. Makes them more annoying to kill, more damage reduction on them. Plus that deflect has increased their block amount, and Colleen's always going to have deflect because that's just part of her passive. Every time she assists, she gains deflect right there. So this is gonna be pretty big for her. Plus now she gets another 30% piercing on her assist because Shang-Chi is Heroes for Hire. So Colleen's gonna do more damage. Shang-Chi is gonna be spraying vulnerable everywhere and just dealing tons of damage on war defense. It's going to be interesting to see how that all works out. But back to the stat table, one other thing I want to point out is that Shang-Chi is actually right here, number 19 on the health pool, right tied with Maria Hill at number 20. So top 20 for health pool on Shang-Chi as well. 489,000 max health at 7.7, level 85, gear tier 15, Stark tech, everything max across the board. Yeah, he's also up there with Kestrel in terms of health. He has more damage than Kestrel has, which is insane. But yeah, this guy is gonna be pretty nasty. Plus, also in terms of speed, he is the fastest of the Heroes for Hire characters. All of them are significantly slower than him. Luke Cage, I think, has like 80 or 90 speed. He's stupidly slow, yeah, 80 speed. And I think the next fastest one is going to be Colleen or Misty. One of them is close, yeah, 113 speed on Colleen. I believe Misty's 108, 100 speed, and then Iron Fist is up there as well with the speed too, 106 on him. So Shang-Chi is the fastest of all of them. He's going to move first out of all of your Heroes for Hire, except for Luke Cage. Luke Cage is going to do that his ultimate that first turn. He gets 100% speed bar at the start of the fight, so he's going to pop off on his ult, give defense up and deflect to everyone on the team, which then is going to drive the 2 deflect, 2 death proof to self and all Heroes for Hire allies, and defense up for 2 turns as well. Generates ability energy for random allies. You don't really need to worry about that, but yeah, he's gonna put defense, death proof, and deflect on everybody, which is going to synergize with Shang-Chi with that crit chance and that block amount. Colleen's going to assist. She's going to gain another stack of deflect. Shang-Chi is then going to move, and he is going to just wreck. Remember, because his ultimate is unblockable, deflect, the hanger boost, won't do a thing. They will not be blockable, so he's going to land critical hits with that. He is going to do a ton of damage, especially against characters that have a lot of buffs on them at the start of the fight. So, Infinity Watch, Shadowland, Skeletal counter is probably going to go away as well with Shang-Chi, which is disappointing. We will have to test that out. But yeah, Shang-Chi is going to be a significant boost to Heroes for Hire. Let me know down below what you guys think of Shang-Chi and his introduction for Heroes for Hire. Are you worried about it? I know a lot of people are nervous about what he's going to do to this Heroes for Hire team and how they're probably going to be unbeatable except for very powerful Infinity Watch teams. Let me know down below, but as always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.